Hey, what's going on, guys? I am the unknown person. Who am I? I do not know.
And my new name is the background guy, so you probably see me in the background. I'm fighting with my stick. Go for it, dude. You talk about your anime while making the room more
Next
sticky.
one on the list. Well, next one I want to talk about is Codebreaker. I've been wanting to watch this for a while now. I've been putting it off.
Jesus
God,
Christ.
shut the fuck
People are
up.
asking it, and your friend asked for it. Who else asked for it?
Shut the
Or am I
fuck
the only
up.
one who asked
That's
for
what
that?
I say. Shut the fuck
Wait,
up.
but no, seriously though, am I the only one who said that, or your friend said it?
Nah, I don't give a shit.
Oh, what? Again,
So it's about this girl named Sakura. She's basically one day just looking out the window,
No, her
and
name
she
is
sees
Sakurai, dude. Don't say
Sakura is looking out the window, and she basically sees this guy. At the point, we don't know who he is, and these people around him are burning, and they're burning blue. And what the fuck? I'm like thinking, what the fuck? She's like, what? Stop it! Stop the
What's
bus!
this anime called? Cold Blue?
Codebreaker.
Oops. Coldbreaker? Oh, okay.
Dumbass, what the hell are you doing?
President fighting just in case zombie comes up.
Stupid.
Coldbreaker. Is that a thing? Why they call it?
Yeah, that's what they're
Coldbreaker?
called.
Okay, you can. Alright, that makes sense. Go for it.
So then you meet, then after she gets off, she tries to go to where he's at. Turns out that she goes there with her police officer. Nothing happens, nothing's there. She's like, what?
What did you say? Nothing?
Nothing's there.
Oh, okay.
Then so she's like, what? I didn't imagine it. What the hell? And then next day comes and there to behold, he comes in and is transferred in.
Does it show why she saw the blue thing or no? The fire, I guess?
Dude, we're just starting.
Oh, okay. I guess he explains it later.
So then you see him and she's like, what? What the fuck? And it turns out it turns out that she's like, what? Don't I see you somewhere? And then he's like, I don't think so. And
You're the fire guy.
I don't know. She tries to explain to him, hey, didn't you do this and that? He's like, no, I did not.
Damn. You're a liar. You don't want to tell a secret. That's what that is.
Yeah, she thinks she saw him because she saw him wearing a black glove on his left hand.
Just like Blue Exorcist.
But turns out that later on he goes again to go. He leaves, and later on she goes by herself and she goes to see this dog. I don't know where at this park.
Dog? What's the dog got to do with it? What the hell?
Because she was looking after it. So then when she was looking after it, turns out that she was looking at. The reason why she was looking after it because this homeless guy was looking after it, and he ended up dying though. And she was so sad that nobody.
Damn, she is some nice girl though.
Yeah, she was really nice.
Wow.
She was all about justice.
Oh, just like that machine gun that we never talked about.
So then, eventually, she gets surrounded by these people.
Gang members?
Yeah, I guess you can say that
Oh,
because
shit.
they're called. I think they were called the G-Force.
The G-Force, they can't use that. It's a movie.
I think so. That's what they call
Did
it.
they talk like this? You know how they do it?
No, talking about like normal people. But then she's about to get she did get beat up because they pushed her around and they were about to.
How dare they?
And then he comes around. The guy's name is Ogami. He comes around and starts just putting his hand on people's heads and just killing them.
Yeah, kill them. Fuck that.
And she's like, "No, what are you doing? You
Oh,
gotta
wow.
take him to the police." And then nothing. And then he just keeps killing. He's like,
Yeah, and the guy says,
"I deliver the judgment."
yeah, the guy says the police won't do nothing. All they're gonna do, the justice system failing. The judge will send them back to the street, so we have to finish them because more innocent people will get hurt. Is that what happened?
Yeah, basically. The layman's terms.
Really?
Layman's
So I gotta
terms is
watch
what
it.
happens. We gotta send them to hell because no one else. The justice system is flawed.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not lying. I don't know if he's playing around, but it's true.
No, that's true. I believe it. So eventually, after that happens, of course, he goes into more jobs, but she's trying to get him to get away from that path because all he's doing is
him
killing.
nice.
Yeah, he is nice, but he just doesn't know. He feels like what he's doing is right.
Justice, yeah.
Yeah, but she thinks that it's not right. So
That's
she keeps
cool.
telling him,
He is
no, there's other ways to do this because there was this one part
That's cool.
where he goes to this building and there's like these mobs. There's this mob and they're doing an exchange and he goes there And there's these 2 police officers, and she's like, "Oh, look, there's police officers here already. You don't have to worry about it." And then they start laughing, and he's like, "Oh, they're on it too." And she's like, "What? How can you do this? Y'all are police officers. Y'all supposed to be
sucking some sticks."
Yeah, what this guy said again. So
That's
then
my fan fiction.
he goes in there. He goes in there and just starts killing people. He's like going left and right.
She kill people?
He does.
Oh, okay.
No, she's not. She's still trying to do her justice shit.
Yeah, she's trying to do the justice system.
He's
Basically,
like,
that's
"No,
what's
what are
called.
you doing?" And then after they all die, she realizes there's somebody in the room, and he's like, and she's it was this girl and somebody else. I don't remember who the other person was because the girl's the one I remember. Because I remember that she's like, "I want to die, kill me, I want to die because of what I did," and basically he goes, puts his hand on her head, and she's like, "Okay, I guess now I'm gonna kill you," and he's like, "You're gonna burn," and then she's like, "No," and then
burn it out.
He doesn't do it because she's like, "No, I don't want to die, I don't want to die." He's like, "See, this is why you said you want to die. Don't say you want to die because there's plenty of people that actually do need to die." So
they just pass that.
That's when she realizes, well, he's not really cold, man.
He's actually a nice guy, surprisingly. Maybe I can change him. A lot of girls do that.
Yeah, that's what basically she actually believed that.
It's a lie, though.
Technically, she
in the end, they get married and fall in love.
No, not that kind of anime.
Is that kind of anime?
It's not that kind of anime.
Is that her right there?
No, that's the girl you meet later on.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I wonder what's gonna happen to her because I know something happens with that. So
wait, is this new?
Well, no, this is old. This is
well,
from
how do you not know what happens?
2012.
Well, also you haven't seen all the episodes?
Yeah, I have, but it only it's gone to a certain point and then it stopped.
What?
You'll see it when I mean.
Okay, well, go for it.
Along the way, once
I get what you mean now.
Well, you meeting people, you meet other code breakers, of course.
Code breakers.
First one you meet is Toki. This
Toki.
Pretty boy looking guy.
Hell yeah.
He's one of the, he has a this color difference in his eyes.
Oh, that's kind of cool, like a cat.
Yeah, basically, he has one color that's blue, I think it was,
that's
and
badass.
another color is red.
What other anime did that? I know there's another one.
Sakie, that one girl who has the different colors.
True. You're right. Go for it then.
You meet him, of course. Like I said, he's that pretty boy, and then you meet
sexy boy, basically. That's what's called in our country.
It turns out that he has a sister too, named
she's a pretty girl.
Nina.
Oh wow, she looks kind of pretty too.
Yeah, she has the same eyes too.
And the same technique too.
Nope, she has no powers.
Oh man.
The bad thing about being a codebreaker, you're non-existent. Like you don't exist in the world. You don't have no family. You have no birth. You have nothing.
Just like the CIA.
Nice.
And FBI. Because if you join the CIA, they erase everything in the history. That way, they don't find you. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you meet him.
I don't know if they actually do that. I'm sorry, folks.
You meet Ryu. She's number 5. This guy's number 6.
What was that girl with the blue hair?
That's her, the one I just said, Ryu.
Oh, nice. Ryu.
Of course, and Toki was number 4. So 6, 5, 4. And number 3 was, if I'm not mistaken, was Hatake. I want to make double sure of that. No, he was number 2. Fuck. Go to number 3. Number 3. Who was number 3 then? Hatake was the one that actually betrays the
team.
The team eventually.
That's true.
Damn, who was number 3 then?
Number 3 was.
Oh yeah, Yuki. Yuki was number 3. He was just this guy was all about loving cats, dude. Or this cat,
Nico
or
cats.
this thing called neon, something like that. It's a kind of creature. It was really cute.
He's a pretty boy too, I bet.
Yeah, not really. Then I was like, just about this guy who is this thing. Oh, Nina Maru, that's what it was. Animated character. His ability was sound. Rui was all about this shadow that can turn into like solid objects. Ogami is like, of course, fire. Hitake was lightning.
Enhance the opening. Just watch the opening, folks. You get each
and
power.
Then you get Hitami, which was the guy who actually started this. He's the one. He's the no. Yeah, he started the group. That's correct. he started this group. No, he didn't
organization,
start
that's what it's
it.
called.
Like he was in the group at one point, and then he became the leader.
Maybe the founder.
No, he wasn't the founder.
Okay,
he
fine.
just was part of the group at one point.
And then
but
he became the leader.
Yeah, because one point, what happened was that his team died. He was the only one that got left that was alive.
Just like Pepe.
And what he really hated is that the people that died, his teammates, they basically got forgotten. Basically,
What
that's what
happens,
happened.
I mean,
And then he got
that's the
angry.
price you
He
pay
said-
if I join the team.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Like he wanted proper burials and everything, but that's not what they did.
I mean, that's how you join the organization. Get out of here if you don't want that.
Yeah, so he basically wanted, to make them realize that is not what it is. We don't deserve to protect these people. Then what are we doing here? So then eventually he snapped and he eventually decided, you know what? I'm gonna start opening this people's eyes and making them realize what kind of organization this is. And
We are.
Eventually he started going wrong about it though.
Oh shit!
Trying to kill people, blowing up cities. Well,
Killing
this happens
cats.
more towards the end. I'm kind of
Killing cats.
He actually was gonna kill a dog at one point.
What the hell,
When
dude?
was it? No, was it a cat? No, I was thinking of Durarara. Sorry, that's unrelated.
What happened to that anime? We didn't talk about that one.
No, we're not talking about it. It's too complicated for me to explain.
Just watch the anime, folks. He recommended it.
Please, yeah, because I apologize,
A lot
but
of POVs.
trust me, I have a hard enough time talking about the animes, like these animes that are not even complicated at all. But Durarara,
Apparently, because he told me that each one has a different story, or
no, the thing is that it's for me. Why is it hard for me to explain is because of the fact that the way they panel to each character and they basically you like you said it leads to like each one of them lead up to one thing. They have their own little
journey.
yeah, and they all have beneficial like parts to what's happening. Like there's like one part where Celti her boyfriend or husband, I don't know if they're married at this point, Shira, he basically gets shot, knifed. So and then she goes to the hospital with him, and then it panels to another couple.
That's the next episode.
Oh fuck!
Let's
See, this
go
is
with your
right now.
anime. We get ideas confusing.
Yeah, I'm trying. I hope so, man. That I can get it down eventually, but I think I might just try my.
Just watch the anime like I do with School Days. Just watch the damn anime. Oh, not School Days. It actually
Well,
calls
it's really good anime, folks. Though I really recommend
It's not called
Durarara.
School Days. School
So,
Life, I think it was called.
Pretty good anime. My friend could explain it, man, and he
thank you.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Talking about me, folks. He idols me. Thank you, buddy. I
So eventually,
idolize you
they
too,
try
buddy.
to find this guy. They try to figure out what the hell is he trying to do. So
Can we call him on the phone for he can explain?
I know, right?
Nice, funny.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, okay. So eventually, he kidnaps this guy named Fujiwara, which is the father of Toki, and he's basically the founder
What am I
of
looking
the
for? Oh,
Code
School
Breakers.
Life. That's what
Now he is.
That's School Days.
Now this guy I fucking hate.
The enemy,
He's the one that created this. Basically, you could say.
the monsters.
Well, he's the prime minister, and he's
dear.
also the father, like I said, and
The father of what?
Toki and Nini. I can't say his fucking name.
Nini ran.
Whatever her name is, the sister.
That sounds like Nini, or what's it called? I got that from Scrubs. I'm not trying to offend anybody,
Well,
but
anyway, he does that. He kidnaps them eventually, and the guy he straps him to the top of the tower. This tower that's tall as tire.
It just came out of nowhere, huh?
What?
The tower,
No, it's always been there. It's
it?
been built since
1999.
they were
Kids.
like when he was even just a member of the code breakers. So eventually, when that happened, Hatake when he eventually betrays them, he actually kills Ryu, which I'll explain. A little bit.
Dukin.
He kills her, and that's when Yuki goes like, "Oh my god, we got betrayed! Hey guys, this happened, and
Wait,
everybody finds out."
did Ken come out of nowhere and help him though?
Who?
Oh, damn. Come on, Ryu and Ken.
Ah, fuck. I didn't get that reference because I was like, "What the fuck." So yeah, then Ken comes around and okay, I fucking screw that up. Sorry.
That's fine.
So yeah, then after that happens, they try to find out where's he at, and in the process of all this, Sakura, her big thing with her is that, let me flash back a little bit, because there's one important thing that I forgot to actually bring to the table, which was, it turns out that Sakura is a rare
Species?
It's a rare breed. That's what they call her. Rare breed. And when Agumi was trying to burn her, he couldn't. It didn't work on her.
She's too powerful, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. They just called her a rare breed just because.
That never exists for years?
No, they don't know what she was capable of.
Oh, okay.
So then, after that happened, this guy, to me, wanted to get her, and figure out what made her so what made her so special, and what can she bring to the table. So eventually, she gets kidnapped by him.
By that ringleader.
After that happens, they try to lure him back to the warehouse where they kidnapped her and kept her, and they get there, but they end up not succeeding because this guy who actually does freezing. Let me see if he actually.
That's anime, freezing.
Freezing.
Oh yeah, go watch the anime too. It's not. Is there a Harlem? I don't think it's a Harlem. Is it? No.
What?
Freezing. I don't think I was a Harlem. I remember seeing other guys.
His name is Yuki Harine. Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yuki Harine. He's the one that manipulates water, which basically turns into all this solid ice.
Jaden Yuki.
And he basically comes in and stops the fight and tells them, Hitomi, hey, we gotta go, man. It's already almost time. Because their whole objective here is to take all the kids that are special and take them somewhere else. They don't want them to stay. Yeah, they don't want to leave them there in the institute. Because they're in a institute, and then they think they're being experimented on, which is kind of probably true.
Just like that one that made Charlotte.
Yeah, and he wants to free them. But the whole point of the reason why they have them in the institute, so they keep them safe, so they don't just go rampant, you know.
With their powers. Mm-hmm.
And
it's dangerous, folks. If you have powers, put in the comments below.
All hail to me.
Of course, eventually after that happens, they leave, and she goes with them just so that way she won't. She'll see what they're trying. What she's trying. And Sakura basically goes with them just to see what the hell's going on. Because at that point the Prime Minister got kidnapped.
Oh Jesus!
And the whole reason why they got kidnapped, how it led to that, was because all the code breakers end up at Sakura's house because
are they having a party? Yeah. Everybody dance now, beep 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 beep.
Because they think that she's probably gonna get in trouble, so they went over there to protect her. But then they left the agency all undefensive because Hitomi ends up being over there and trying to steal Sakura, but
no chance, bro, monkey.
No, he just was. The whole point for him was just to keep him there and distract them. But meanwhile, while they were taking the Prime Minister from his spot, so then he succeeded in that.
Nice.
But now we go back and
to current events.
Current events where they run away and they go to the tower, like I was telling this guy.
Yes, sir.
And
that was always there.
That's when everything gets spit out. Like he just tells them about the story, like I just told you about the
fire,
about the code breakers from before, and he's like telling them, it sucks that why they can't be remembered. I mean, even I try to put memories on them. I put the wall full of clocks of like who died when, what time. That warehouse, like I said, that they trapped them, they kept the girl in. But he left all kinds of memories on there, and he tells them, "Oh man, I just tired of this. We don't need to protect these people either." And but he decides, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill all these fucking people. I've put bombs in every fucking parts of this world, or this side of in Tokyo and this area. And so apparently, as time went, these bombs would ignite and kill people, hundreds and hundreds of people.
Okay, that sounds like the Joker just now.
So eventually, they keep going off, and Hatake is helping them, but then you start seeing something different about him. But the guy Hitomi was all like, "Oh, okay, never mind." It's all, and then Hatake was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "No, nothing. I'm just trying to see if there's any intruders." And then Hitomi's like, "Okay." Oh, okay, sounds good. At that point, Hitami in the future when he was when things after everything happened, he was like, man, I kind of suspected something, about you, but I wanted to trust you at that time, which at that was at that moment. But he was like,
Denied.
no, okay. So then, as time went, Hitagi went to go face off of with was it Yuki, and he ends up trying to fight. No, that was earlier. He tries to go versus Toki and ends up fighting him, but then they end up in a stalemate. So then later on, you see Hitagi again and going after Itami, but turns out that Hitagi was actually acting. Like he didn't actually betray his brethren. And he didn't actually kill Rui either. She just basically told. I guess they planned it to the point where it made it look like she died.
That way they can bring out the guy.
And you see Ogami get there and try to save Sakura, and eventually he gets tapped out, which they call I believe it was Zeroed Out. Or was it Zeroed Out? Was it?
I'm so happy he didn't betray anybody, man. I like that character. He was a cool character. I mean, like, oh my god.
I hope it's Zeroed Out. Tapped out or Zeroed Out. But the point is that they get to a certain stage where oh yeah, it is Zeroed Out. It is Zeroed Out. Well, I think it's Zeroed Out. Well, if it isn't, let me know, folks. The point is that after
Hell was that?
Sucks.
What was that?
Probably went off. Well, it turns out that after that happened, he basically couldn't use his powers anymore, and everything was still unraveling behind, around him. But the good thing is that they eventually caught up to the van where there was this van where it controlled everything, but there were kids inside them. But they eventually talked them down, and they finally got to the van, and they stopped everything. But then Hitami had a last ditch move. He used his own power, which was lightning. Lightning. What was it? Lightning? It was some kind of electrical power where actually he puts it out there and he actually activates all the alarms, and all the alarms would go off and kill everybody, or the bombs, I guess. In this
electrical
case.
Fields.
So then Ogami, he tries to come back, and it turns out that he has even more power than before. It tries to stop him, and eventually he does overpower him. And Hitami is like, "What the heck's going on? I mean, come on, man. You know we're not gonna. This is not the right way to do it. We shouldn't protect these people." He's like, "But out of everybody, we need to protect. I mean, then who else is gonna protect them?" And
we're the heroes.
Yeah, he basically does eventually defeat them, and he runs out of power and just like, "All right, man. All I wanted to do was try to help you guys and stop this, but."
Isn't it like Power Rangers where the Power Rangers lose their abilities?
It switches over to the top part where the Prime Minister is held, and Toke basically is up there telling them also about to this is where you are all the whole time, and he's like, all right, come and save me. Prime Minister told him, and Togane was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. He was thinking about it. He didn't know what to do because of him. He can't have a normal life, He couldn't even see his sister or anything like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Nice. Okay, so then he's like, come on. So he eventually does let him go. He's like, yeah, that's my pet dog. That's how I do it. And he's like, I shouldn't have let you go. I hate myself. I should have killed you. No one would have even known.
I should show my penis.
But he didn't do it. Because otherwise the sister would have been very sad. She would have been like, what happened to my dad? But then he goes back down there, and he sees that Hitami is about to die, and he starts going like, he starts looking around, and he's like, good, they're about to kill him. And Hitami's like, well, you know what you guys should do? Y'all should probably get out there in the world, try to let people realize who you are, and try to show them that we are out here and trying to save them. And then that's when the Prime Minister, comes down and says, no, that's not going to happen. As long as they're under my watch, nothing's going to happen like that. So, too bad for you, that's not going to happen. Then he gets upset because he says something I don't really remember what it was, but he said something really insulting. So he's like, "How can you say something like that?" And he's about to go his way and and he shoots this ray of like lightning at him, but then everybody stops him. Everybody, dude, every one of them. Even though he said that, he stopped them, and they're all like, he's like, "Oh my god, man, it's good to have guys like this. Thank you guys for protecting me." And I was like, "Oh my god, this fucking bastard! I can't believe this fucker, man. I wish he would die." But they know they can't go about that way because otherwise they just, I don't know. I felt like it would be injustice to kill him, because I mean he does help out in some way, even if it was politics. The reason, damn,
Yeah, I don't know what it sounds like.
politics. You know how politics are, right?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, according from what Hitomi was saying, he said that the reason that people were killing was all because of politics. Because otherwise, so that way people can stay shut up because they have secrets that they wanted to talk to the world. But before that happened, they said the code breaker so they can kill them. And technically, they labeled them evil, but it was just all because of politics that they wanted to get rid of them. So he didn't like that either. He thinks that it was all actually something that shouldn't have been even done in the first place, but they just didn't want to risk it, and they felt like it was right. So eventually he dies, and of course you know what happens. This guy, he he basically leaves the school, goes on a journey. The other girl stays behind. Everybody basically goes on their own way to the other different missions. And after that, it ends basically because I mean, I wish I could find out more like what happens next, but I guess what else can you say? I mean,
They all got laid, and then they're happy ever after.
So hopefully I'll hopefully I'll watch it, and hopefully I explained it pretty wellly. I try my best.
Rarely.
Yeah, my best. My best. Rarely. Try to check it out. I appreciate y'all listening as far as I can. Subscribe, like, favorite, and I really hope that I did that right.
Justice.
Justice. I appreciate you guys. And if any other words from my friend over here,
just go watch it.
Go watch it.
It's like I confused, so go watch it.
You did?
Yeah, kind of.
Like what? I mean, what do you want? Maybe they got the same questions. What you got going?
I got the same color. They don't know.
Okay, come on. Just tell me. Just humor me.
What happened to that girl then? That trying to change his life.
I told you that she got saved. Well, I didn't say it, actually. She got saved, of course, and basically.
What do you mean saved?
And like, well, technically,
she
was just.
They put her somewhere safe, like a top
of nothing happened to her because I mean, his whole mission was just to kill everybody, but he basically saved them.
Did he change?
Yeah, you could say he changed because little by little. And he did change because, like, that girl I told you, the Chisa girl, the little girl you said, oh, is she born Chisa?
Her name is Cheese.
Chisa. Her father got killed, but because he was a bad guy. He was experimenting on these kids because this girl Chisa, her sister, she had some kind of disease. So he was trying to experiment to save her.
The hell?
And all these kids that he was experimenting on had special abilities. So then eventually, what he did was he put them in like these little pods in like a shape of a backpack and put them on these guys. And basically, we suck out their energy, and that energy was basically their life. So eventually, when that energy was
lifespan
done, they died. So he did that to so many of them that they found out about it, and they decided, hey, we need to kill this guy because he's just doing something wrong.
I guess I got it.
Yeah, see, so she's suffering from cancer, and the guy's name was Tamba. He was the one that committed the crimes that basically he would experiment on those kids just so she can like not worry about her life. But because of that, I have a feeling that maybe be another season because she might be the evil person next day because she basically okay, this is what basically happened. Let me just try to summarize this because it actually has summarize. When Ray, which is Ogami, of course, Ogami Ray, is about to kill Tampa, which is the father, enters, having heard the commotion, sorry. Samba tells her that Ray is the hero that kills evil like himself before he's burnt to ashes, but Chaser replies after his death that she didn't care if her father was evil. It was still her father. Ray gives Chisa motivation for a living by ordering her to take revenge on him. She is last seen carried away by troopers under the direction of Prime Minister Furia. So, if they ever do make another season, she might be the villain next. It might be a possibility. It'd be interesting as well. Because the thing is, Sakura. That's why Sakura thinks that he eventually started turning better, or that he was good, because he basically became the reason why she's leaving. Because otherwise, she would have just killed herself because her father died right in front of her face. But yeah. So in terms of that, I guess you can say she did change him somewhat on that. So. Well, nice. Hopefully y'all like it, my friends.
Alright, folks. Mountain, like always, subscribe, like, farewell, show, and I see you tomorrow in the next podcast.
Any other questions?
Yeah, never got laid. That's what I want to know. Alright. Did these go out with each other in the end? No. Okay. Well, bye, folks. Don't watch the anime. Then never go out with